Alright, I think we're good. Hey everyone, welcome to SpeedGaming. Sorry we had some technical difficulties there at the beginning, getting started a little late here, but I think everything is up and working now. So we'll give it just a couple seconds while we get all the commentator controls and everything set up here. Today we've got a standard rules race between Bruh Inc. and Storm for the Metroid Prime 1 weekly randomizer competition. Give it just a couple minutes. I'm PC 1997. I'll be your commentator for today. Working on getting everything set up for tracking. So give it just a couple minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, looks like we're going to go ahead and get started here. Everything seems to be synced up well. Hopefully my audio is okay. Let me know in Twitch chat if it isn't. Alright, got the Twitch chat up so we can keep up with everything. Like I said, if my audio is bad, let me know. I don't have my standard set up today, so... Alright, standard settings. We're going to get started with, as everyone's familiar with, space jump first. Oh, Quick miss by the runners there. And got it right away, second try. Alright, we're gonna see what is in Alcove, and that is an energy tank. Alright, well, always good to have a bit of safety. And there's an artifact underneath in the tangleweeds under the landing site. Alright, that doesn't give us too much. We're gonna open up in the standard way, so we're gonna head right off to Chozo. Nice scan dashes. Always good to have some E right away. Alright, main plaza. We got a bunch of main plaza checks coming up. So I'm going to be doing the tracking as well, I think. So bear with the trackers. Or bear with the tracking screen as we get stuff. I'm gonna have to try to keep my eyes on both players and the screens at the same time. Okay, could not see what that was up in main plaza. These guys are just moving too fast. Let's see. Using nice standables there in Ruined Nursery. And looks like we're going straight to Hive Mecha for both players. Alright, let's see what our first item is. Hopefully something that'll open this world up a little bit. And that appears to be, that's Launcher. Okay, so vanilla so far, and a nice missile expansion behind Hive Mecha. So far this is playing out like a normal game for the most part. One E-tank and one missile expansion leaving Hive Mecha. Although typically you don't get your first one until Ruined Gallery. Alright, so with that missile launcher, we can go and check Ruined Shrine. We're gonna see the nice peak here in Ruined Gallery though, see if we can... Okay, looks like bro got it, but I wasn't able to see exactly what it was. It looked... If I had to guess, it looked like something Morph Ball related. But like I said, these guys are just moving too fast. Energy tank in Ruined Nursery. Oh, maybe bro didn't get a good enough look at it, so he's going back to try again. Just had to reload the room. Still no luck. I think the War Wasps got in the way. Alright, looks like both runners are taking a warp to start here. Yes, both are going to warp to start. So I think this is going to be a play for Artifact Temple. There is a little bit of desync in the audio, I think. Twitch chat, I think you guys are right. We'll see if we can get that synced up, but it's not too bad. Not too off from what I know. Alright, and that Morph Ball? It should be. Yep, that is Morph Ball in Artifact Temple. Alright, are we gonna get our hints right away? Don't know if... Yeah, I don't think we've seen either player check hints yet. Storm leaving the Artifact Temple a little bit before bruh. We want another classic PMT artifact. That is always the hope. I like to see as many final bosses or major final bosses as possible. Okay, hang on. Processing center, landing site. I didn't see the first one. I'm gonna try to get these in chat here if I can. Research Lab Ether, Elite Research. Okay, I missed the first couple, but just looking at that, nothing crazy. Processing Center, oh, that was Processing Center Access. Okay, so that's not Processing Center, which means we are going to have to fight Omega Pirate today. Always fun, always fun. Biohazard, yeah, one of those that just scrolled way too fast on my screen and I wasn't able to see it. Alright, Storm taking a quick safety save at the ship. Bruh is heading straight back to Chozo. Yeah, that would mean if it is Biohazard, that would mean that supers are definitely required. And let's see if we can get a little bit of randomization here. So far, things have been pretty standard except for the artifact and landing site. So let's see what we've got in Shrine. That appears to be just a missile. And Bruh is going to peek to see if we can see what's in that tunnel. Oh, that is main power bombs in Root Cave, or TTB. So that opens up a few things for us. The power bomb sprite is so bright and so large that it shines through, shines even through the bridge. Landing site, ether, elite research, hat. Oh, hat is there. Okay. So if hat is required, then that means either they're going to need boost ball or gravity suit. And obviously bombs. We're not going to make it too far without regular bombs. Right, so Storm heading back to Chozo now. Still didn't get a good look at what was in Half Pipe, but now that we've got Morph Ball, Bro using a nice little trick here to skip having to go all the way around Main Plaza to get up to Ruined Fountain. Let's see if I can see it one more time. No, I'm not getting a good look at what's in Half Pipe. Alright, let's head on through to Ruined Fountain. Yep, get the missile expansion there, and we can actually check what's in the bottom here. Ah, alright, power bomb expansion, always good to have. And we got Beetle Jam. We're gonna have that for a little bit here. Just to confirm that I'm not actually talking to myself through this entire race, can someone in Twitch chat, like, indicate that my audio is working? Am I actually, like, saying anything to anyone else, or am I talking to myself? It says that I've got voice working, but like I said, we had some technical difficulties that got started a little late. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I'm not talking to myself for 2 hours here. Alright, so we've got bombs, and using that, we can go ahead and check lower dynamo, and that is just a energy tank, I believe, behind the grate. We're not going to be able to see what's up at the top until we've got Spider. And that's super missiles. Okay, well that takes care of one of the things that we were definitely going to need that we had no hints on. Alright, careful here, bruh. Nice, fine. Space jump boots under the water in Watery Hall. That is no. Oh, get nervous. Okay, that is not a common place for space jump boots to appear. Bruh, barely getting out of there with 13 energy left. Having a little bit of trouble with the slope jump, but that can be tricky sometimes if you're positioned a little weirdly. It can be tricky. Definitely going to take a save here to top off our energy, and just a safety save for the future. So Storm found a Metroid in Ruined Shrine and is now going to be making their way to Watery Hall as well to find their space jump boots. It really is an evil spot, especially if you only have one energy tank. You have no choice but to get it on your first try, and if you haven't saved in a while, that can be a really, really tricky spot to find space jump. 9 times out of 10, it's just a missile, and you lose 20 health. But if you have to go down there, nice spot for bombs. Pretty free today. Think we're gonna see Zoid? Yeah, take your bets now if we're gonna see Zoid. Just thinking about what they've got. Our racers, okay, so they have Morph Ball, they've got bombs, some missiles, some good energy. So we could see, we're going to see Tree. No need to peek it because we found super missiles and that's just an E-tank. Okay. And Fountain is the last artifact. Thank you, Aquadin. So Storm getting their missiles as well, super missiles as well. And we're going to check and see what's in Vault. Both runners after Watery Hall could go to Flagra. And that's a Metroid, I believe, in Vault. A nothing. Could go straight to Flagra, but we're still hunting down our Various suit. Oh, it's Ice Beam. Okay, I thought it was a beam, but I might have seen Plasma at first. Storm starts backing away and sees the space jump boots. Got a little more health here, 240 energy, so it shouldn't be too bad to get the slope jump here. Might just take a couple tries. And Bruh is heading back to Talon. So with all of that we've got, what's Bruh going to be checking here? We're going to be doing some root cave checks. Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely a nice find. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some root cave checks here from Bruh. You can get that blood flower out of the way pretty easily. Storm picking up that third E-tank. That'll be a nice top off on energy. And we're gonna see, we might see some divergence here. It just depends. Thermal. Okay, thermal in root cave. And now that we have bombs and space jump, it's pretty safe to go for the arbor chamber. If you ever get stuck, you can just roll into morph and lay a bomb. This can be a pretty tricky move sometimes, but not rewarded for it, just a missile. Heading all the way to the bottom, so Bruh is going to find their power bombs here. You can kind of tell what it is right away before even getting under the bridge there, just because it's such a bright. Maybe Thardus. We're gonna need to see where we find our wave beam first. But I love to see final bosses. I like it when we get to have to do Flagra. Sun Chamber having an artifact is always a fun guessing game of whether it's ghosts or Flagra. Then we've got Thardus, and if we've got PCA, then we know that it's escaping me. Omega Pirate. All right, we've got to get a bet for Vanilla Phazon with X-Ray on Thardus. Interesting. That would be, yeah, that's definitely in the realm of possibility, and honestly, I want to say likely, just given what we're seeing. We've got supers, we've got thermal. If we get wave, then that's a hint that something's going on with Thardus here. Oh, Storm heading into Magmore. I must have completely missed when Storm found... I must have missed completely when Storm found Various suit, so I was a few minutes late here already, so... Flagra already logically required for Ruin Fountain. Yeah, within logic, we're gonna need that. I'm pretty sure both of these racers know the space jump to Spider Ball method, where you can skip the fountain altogether, but that of course means we're gonna need Spider Ball, so... Where was Various suit? Does someone remember seeing where that was? Because I must have missed it. I did not realize that Storm already had their Varia, and Bruh is still searching for... Oh, and as I say it, it is in Frigate Crash Site. Okay. Alright, so now both runners have Various suit. Storm heading into Magmore a little early there. Just a missile in Triclops pit. Nothing crazy. Thanks, Kirby fan. Yeah, I was looking at Bruh's screen when Storm found it at Frigate Crash Site. But now both runners have it, so let's see. See where everyone's going from here. Oh, see, I'm trying to guess where. Oh, Bruh is taking the backwards route, doing a nice Frigate Crash Site climb there, and checking Overgrown Cavern to go to Late Chozo. With Ice Beam, there's a couple checks we can do here. We're going to check Antechamber. We're going to check... I believe we can do Hall of the Elders with what we've got now, using the Ice Beam check. And we could obviously open that Ice Beam door for Elder Chamber, except for the fact that it's plasma locked. So I'm still so confused as to why they did it that way. Alright, pick up a nice E-Tank and Warrior Shrine, and what do we have? Ah, just a missile, but it's safe to check Antechamber. Oh my gosh! Phazon suit underneath Warrior Shrine. Wow. Huh. Okay, that is a huge find for Storm. Won't need that hint. That is just crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a suit there. Storm not interested in whatever was below Shore Tunnel. And Bruz has to fight these Chozo ghosts before we can check what's underneath Elder Chamber. Alright, Storm heading straight into Phendrana. A lot of checks we can do. We don't have Plasma Beam, so we can't do every check first. That's what I'm actually really curious to see, is where is Plasma Beam? A nice Ice Metroid there. Anyone got any guesses for where Plasma Beam's gonna be found? Just a missile. Okay, let's see. Rune Fountain, PCA, artifact acquired, access tunnel. Okay, good. So I don't think we're missing anything there. Ooh, that's something. That's something in Crossway. Is that X-ray visor? It looked like it had a white glow. Got bets for Plasma on Thardus. Seen Gravity Chamber there before. Yeah, it's not a super common place for a major item like a suit, but it can definitely happen. There's nothing stopping the randomizer from throwing a curveball our way. Oh my gosh, it was Plasma Beam. Wow. Okay, so this is a really interesting race because we have some serious deviation, and unlike a typical game, are we going to see Secret Tunnel? Oh, no Secret Tunnel. Okay. Unlike a normal game, we've got both runners finding something huge in their own respective paths. So, Bruh's going to check Elder Chamber here. This is a really interesting race. Storm making their way through early Phendrana, just a missile. Wave Beam in Elder Chamber. What? Yeah, seriously, the seed is responding to the chat in real time. That's funny. Wow. Okay, Wave Beam in Elder Chamber. Now Bruh has all beams, but Storm has Phazon suit. This is wild. So I think the seed intended you to climb the site and go far Chozo, and then the boost ball in Furnace. Okay, Late Chozo is just loaded today. It is giving us everything. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to make sure I'm watching both racers equally. Bruh has just been cleaning up in Late Chozo. I haven't been paying attention as much to the other screen. Let me switch back. Yeah, seriously, Kirby fans, slow down, game. Is this going to be like a sub-hour race? Can't see what that is in Phendrana Canyon, but Storm, whatever it is, Storm is not interested. And we have Zoid. Bruh not wanting to orphan this check. Honestly, so far it's looking like Fen did get just, It just got deleted. There's nothing here so far. All right, missile expansion in Burn Dome, and we're gonna have to see what Zoid's got here. Well, we know that mines can't get full deleted because we've got 3 artifacts there, either 2 or 3. I know we've got Elite Research and PCA. We know that Fendrana, actually, it can't be full empty because we've got Research Lab Ether holding an artifact for us as well. So Storm gonna go check Chapel of the Elders. It doesn't have Plasma Beam, so is gonna be doing the trick here to check what it is. I don't know if they saw it there. I wasn't able to see it. We know that Plasma is gonna be... Oh, got trapped under the brick. Plasma is gonna be found in late Chozo. So when Bro comes to check this part, we'll be able to check that the intended way. I don't know if Storm saw... Okay. Nothing of note in Chapel of the Elders. Oh, or was it something and Storm just can't get out because doesn't have the wave beam? Oh no, I missed it. What was on Zoid? Oh, I didn't see it. Missile. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright, so Zoid was just a pair of missiles. And Storm looks like... Are they warping to start here? Yeah, warping back to start. So did a dive all the way through... through Magmor, through Fen, and was rewarded in Magmor with the Phazon suit. Ooh, interesting climb there. I've never seen that done before. I usually just jump against the rail, but Morph Ball Bomb instant unmorph in the door to space jump. Cool. Alright. I haven't seen that before. Okay, so it looks like Storm is doing what Bruh did and is gonna take the Frigate Crash Site climb. Doing the early climb. Oh, just barely missed it. I have to go back and try that again from the other side. But that's a nice early climb check here. So Bruh is going to back to Talon. And is going to route this into... Where are they routing this into? Routing this into Magmor, probably. Alright, Storm going to be picking up that missile in Overgrown Cavern. Oh, we're routing this into Life Grove. And all the Great Tree checks. That looked like a suit in Great Tree Chamber. But it must have been, maybe it was a Metroid, because Bro did not seem interested in going to pick it up. Alright, Bro fortunately has Boost Ball, so we don't have to be too worried. We can check this. Oh my gosh. Gravity suit in Life Grove Tunnel. Game, what are you doing? This seed, what is happening here? This is going crazy fast. Okay, so that's gravity suit there, which means hat is going to be easy. We don't need to boost against the wall to get the hat artifact. Just a missile in Life Grove. Wow, this seed is something else. Alright, pick up some ammo here. So Storm is going to come across their Plasma Beam in Crossway, their Wave Beam in Elder Chamber. And Bruh needs to go and find... Phazon suit. Alright, we got bar skip. Let's see... All suits known in 25 minutes. Yeah, and all beams for Bruh. It just... Okay. Bar skip, nice. Like, third or fourth try. Gonna go get hat because we have gravity here. That was just... such an easy, like, The game is just spoon feeding us here. All right, there's the hat artifact, and not going back for biohazard. Interesting. Was biohazard not an artifact? Because I would think they have everything they need: thermal visor, wave beam, super missiles. If it gets really bad, just let me know. I know the sync is usually a little different on the Restream versus Twitch, so if it gets really bad and it's just confusing or aggravating, let me know and I'll switch back. Alright, Storm going to check Zoid and is going to find their 10 missiles. So, Bruh is heading straight for Elite Research. This is just flying. We're not even a half hour in, and all suit locations known, all beams found for one player. Other players not too far behind, just needs to pick up wave. Honestly, it's just we're not hunting for anything but... Is it X-ray? I think X-ray is the only thing that we absolutely need that we have no idea where it is. Yeah, stream died there for a moment. Fortunately, we're back. Let's see. There's two places it could be in here. Okay, so it's going to be up top of Elite Research. Power Bomb. Philip was holding a nice PB expansion for us there. Thanks, Philip, for the sandwich. Doing a wall crawl up here. These turrets can be such a menace. We will go ahead and launch. Is that Calvin? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and launch Calvin. Alright, I'm gonna spin the industrial pulse cannon around here. Pick up our artifact, and that will be 3 artifacts. Artifact of Warrior. Well, that's appropriate. We are just storming the base here. Or bruh-inking the base here. Sorry, that's a bad joke. Alright. So, we're gonna head through ore processing. Worst location Spider could be at. Interesting. Let's see. I'm trying to think of locations that would require like the most backtracking. I wonder if the worst location that's come into mind right away for me would be Ruined Gallery, because neither player went back to check that after they got their bombs. And I have seen that check being orphaned. Really, really irritating runners. Like a lot of rapid fire shots of frustration. Okay, Storm going to fight Flagra. So if anyone else has any guesses, that's an interesting question. Right now, I would say the worst thing that Spider would be Ruined Gallery. Neither player went back to check it. We had a couple, like, tried to use the flash method to see it. Okay, you thought PB expansion. Yeah, I thought it was something Morph Ball related. I just didn't know if either player got a good look at it. They are moving way too fast for me. If it was, then... I don't know, they seem pretty well equipped to take on whatever sort of items. Okay, Ventilation Shaft has nothing but a missile expansion. Making quick work of Flagra there, using the nice space jump method, and that is Spider on Flagra. What were we just talking about? Seriously, this seed is answering us in real time. Careful, bruh, careful. Careful, 21 health, making a little nervous here. It's been a while since we saved, and we found some nice materials. Wow, Spider. Okay, so that means Storm can instantly go and check, Sun Chamber 2. This is ridiculous. This is such a wild game. As soon as we ask, where could something be? Where would be the Earth location? Game's like, I'm just gonna give it to one of these players. You gotta be really careful on Bruh's side. That is not a lot of health. Oh, and of course the game feeds us missiles. When we really, really need health, game feeds us missiles. Okay, so we're gonna see what's on plant here. Oh, 11 health! Bruh. Are there any boxes? Any extra health down here? Oh man, there's just... And you have plasma! Oh no, Bruh has plasma beam, so it has to fight this guy in these close quarters with 11 health. Oh my gosh. Wow. We'll go back for the ultra. Usually that guy drops an ultra. Okay, I guess not. And now the door's locked. Maybe realized a second too late. Oh, my bad. I did not see what was on. Nice snipe. I did not see what was on Ghosts. 8 health. Oh, Bruh has to be ridiculously careful here. I don't think they can take a single hit in this maze. Bruh is taking this really, really careful. Alright, and defeating plant... Ooh, careful. Defeating plant meant that the water in Chozo is now clean, so Storm able to go and pick up their missiles. Or their ruined fountain artifact. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my eyes are just glued on Bruh's screen. This is terrifying. Oh! Oh no! Oh man. Wow, so that was... It actually survived with one hit from the electricity in the maze, but that knocked them into the sidewall. So Bruh has... Okay, we're gonna have to do some tracking work here, because Bruh was the last check in... The last save in Ruined Nursery? I'm gonna switch over to Storm's audio here for a second. And Bruh's timer seems to have stopped as well. I'm not in the racers chat, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on, whether that's a forfeit or what. I'm gonna hold off on doing anything for a second here. Oh man, that was really painful. And I'm pretty sure that okay, just a missile and upper dynamo. I'm pretty sure that the elite pirate drops an ultra energy if you're that low on health, but the door locked right behind him. Oh man. I'm gonna try to... I hope this doesn't affect the stream or anything, but I'm gonna try to check within the racers chat and see if there's anything that... Sorry about that, dropped off for a second. Yeah, we just need X-ray. So when we get X-ray, we have Spider, we can get... nice scan dash. Yeah, that was a nice scan dash up there, but the door unfortunately is still locked. Flagra was hard required. Well, Flagra held X-ray. It might be. It might be, but it could just be technical difficulties. It could be resetting and then something happened with the game. I'm trying to go into the chat so I can see if he says anything. In just a second here. Let's I just want to know if we're playing, if both players are up or not. Was that a forfeit? Okay, I wasn't able to see, so I didn't want to mark it for sure. Wow, that was just a really, really unfortunate place for that to happen because, you know, there hasn't been a really good place to safety save if we hadn't done it in mines. And I think when Bruh saw that Ruined Nursery was the last place and that they'd have to make up almost 30 minutes of gameplay. All right, I'll mark it. Take you guys word for it. I can't find the chat right now without losing the stream, so I can unmark it if Bro decides to come back to it. I think it was a system reset and then stop the timer and just, yeah, it hasn't come back, so I can undo that if I need to, but all right, so let's see what's going on here. So maybe we'll get another look at Great Tree Chamber. I thought it was a suit, but obviously that was false because Gravity Suit is in Life Grove. Storm rushing for the artifact in Hat, but doesn't have Gravity Suit. Oh, and Gravity Suit is right there. Oh, that's gonna make Storm pretty mad. Gravity Suit is 2 rooms away, and they're going for the hat boost. Getting it really well though. Like, very impressive. This is not an easy trick. They're making it look easy, but without Gravity Suit, water treats your suit very differently. And just keeps trying to push you up, and so you don't have first try bar skip. Yeah, that definitely needs to be acknowledged. Appreciate Kirby fan. Yeah, Storm got that bar skip first try. Looked really, really clean. I've never seen this method used. Usually you have to get all the way from the top to the bottom. Nice. Okay, well, that's another way to do it, Storm. Power to you. More power to you. Yeah, Phazon was upper fiery shores right through Warrior Shrine. It was wild. Oh, bros in chat. Okay, no point in continuing. I knew Spider was on Flagra. Yeah, that maze, we were all holding our breath, bro. It was just only 11 health, and then took a quick hit from the sentry drone, so then you're at 8, and the electric walls do 7. That one bar just came back too quickly, and the knockback. Oh man. Sorry that happened to you. Alright, so Storm is heading into Phazon Mines here. Might be taking a safety save here. So that's all beams and all Morph Ball items. Oh no, Storm Orphan Gravity Suit, didn't they? I mean, I guess you don't technically need it. Yeah, if you do Hat with Boost Ball, you don't technically need Gravity Suit, so that's alright. Life Grove was just a missile. So they're just running for the artifacts right now. We got 3 of them. We know one's in Elite Research. We know that OP is required. So Storm is hoping they're going to find X-Ray on their way to OP, which isn't a bad call. There's a lot of checks here to do. We know what some of them are. We know Grapple Beam. We know PB Expansion. We know Artifact. That's just a missile. They're usually just not careful enough in Phazon Mines with 3-4 energy tanks. Yeah, and we had Gravity Suit, so there was a little bit of damage reduction there, but that mine security station, that mine security station and Omega Research back to back can just take a lot of health. If Bra's gotten all the way to Central Dynamo, I believe X-Ray can't be in mines. Because it couldn't be in MQA because X-Ray is logically required for that. Did we see every check? You might be right about that, Kirby fan. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, because we saw what was in Central Dynamo and it can't be MQA. So yeah, Storm doesn't know that yet. We'll be finding out pretty quick. And then it's just a hunt for X-Ray Visor. So we're processing. We know that oh, is Storm going back to check? Oh, they did this part backwards. Yeah, that's right. They went through waste disposal, and so hasn't seen anything for mine security station, even though they have plasma beam, and we know that's just an energy tank, but Storm doesn't know that storage depot A is dead. So working the way down to the 2nd level. So where is X-Ray? I believe we had one guess of X-Ray on Thardis, which would be like after the game spoon feeding us to this point. It's not super far away, actually, because we could take the PCA elevator to Workstation, and then Thardis is right there, so actually it's not too bad. But I think Storm is just hoping to see X-Ray on their way to OP. This would be where we take that elevator if we wanted to go back to Magmore. We got 6 energy tanks here. So in a little better of a spot. But like I said, these mines, it is a long way between save stations. It's a lot of troopers. It's a lot of pirates. It's not an easy section of the game, especially if you're trying to go fast and disregard all the pirates, because they might not do a ton of damage, but they shoot a lot. Oh, this is an interesting climb. I think I've seen this out of bounds before, but it's not a... What information does this give Storm? A little confused on what going out of bounds here is helpful. Feel free to enlighten me in the chat. Because we know we need PCA. PCA is the 5th. I'm trying to remember where the 6th artifact is. Nice ether jumps there. Yeah, I'm a little confused as well, Kirby fan. Is Storm going back for something? I'm trying to figure it out. So loading the rooms, beautiful movement in the ether, by the way. That is one part that I just cannot seem to get. I've tried so much. really curious. I don't know. PCA wall crawl? It would be in the other direction, wouldn't it? This isn't the right direction for PCA. Well, okay. Well, back in bounds now. Oh, ether. That's right. Thank you, Aquadin. It's research lab ether, so we'll have to go through Glacier 1 labs. I'm a little confused by, is Storm trying to, is there a wall crawl? I sometimes don't keep up with the most recent tricks. Is there a wall crawl to get you all the way from Omega Research to PCA without fighting OP? Wow, I haven't seen this route. I've seen you get out. I've seen someone get out of bounds here in Omega Research, but I don't think I've ever actually seen it used in a race. To go all the way to PCA, but it makes sense. Storm doesn't want to have to hunt and last location that X-ray visor. Okay, well, I learn something new every day. That there is a wall crawl to get to PCA without a Mega Pirate. So I think that's what Storm's going for here. Have to climb the room through the ether. Do you go back, though? I would think you'd go down and through Central Dynamo. I mean, it's technically on a separate map. I'm not as familiar with the mechanics of how the maps are split up, but the levels... I guess the levels of Phazon Mines are accessible from each other because it's not a cutscene. Yeah, if you can find a secret world, I guess you can go from level to level. I'm just wondering at what point does it make more sense to just go and find the X-ray visor? Some of this movement can be really tricky, and you're risking getting trapped or freezing the game or something like that. This is also a really weird room transition because it's vertical. Where could X-ray beam be? Sorry, X-ray visor. Where could it be? It can't be on OP, and it shouldn't be anywhere past Central Dynamo. I'm surprised Storm didn't go check Central Dynamo before doing the wall crawl. Could be on Thardis. I know we've had that guest before. It could be on Workstation. Trying to think of anywhere else. It could be anywhere in Frigate because Gravity Suit's available. There's some really interesting movement here. Out of bounds movement always fascinates me. Okay, jump down. So now we're in PCA. I'm just curious to see how they get back in bounds. Wow. Wow. Flawless movement getting back in bounds. That was incredible. All right, well, no need to hunt for X-ray. We will be one visor down going to Prime Essence, but Yeah, seriously well done, Storm. If you're watching this back, that was really, really good movement. Um, might not bother checking. No, not going to bother checking PCA's wall. It's a beeline straight for Research Lab Ether. So it looks like if we go back, yeah, we're taking this elevator. So we're going to go back to Magmore Workstation, which we take straight to Phendrona Drift's, the Thardus side. And then I would guess we go back through Research Core. I think that's faster than going through Quarantine Cave to Ruined Courtyard. As long as we don't pick up the item that's in Thermal Visor's place, we're not going to have to deal with a ton of Shadow Pirates or anything. And Sam did the wall crawl as well? Nice. Good job. Yeah, I'm curious to see which way is faster. Because Research Lab Ether is right in the middle. I think you just turn around and go through Research Core. And then don't turn out all the lights. I don't think there's really any item that would be super beneficial to risk, to go through having to do everything with the wave beam. Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's silent there. I was just trying to see which way they were going. Okay, so going back through Research Core here, we've got Plasma Beam, so this is no trouble at all, and that is just a missile in Research Core, so don't need to bother doing that. Nice room climb. Those turrets are being frustrating as always. So despite the seed spoon feeding us, it did not appear to be valid. As in, no flamethrower. But maybe I speak too soon. I don't know. This seed might just decide, oh, you want to say it's not valid? How about I give you flamethrower right here? Okay, did not do that. So that is all 6 artifacts, and the quickest way back is probably going to be Magmore Workstation to Talon Overworld. Yeah, that's really the only way back. 54 minutes. It's not going to be sub-hour. There's no way. No, I don't think so. People can take bets on the time if you want. Oh, going through... Interesting. Going through Frost Cave here. I wonder what the benefit of this is. Oh, I'm an idiot. Warp to start. We don't have to go through all those elevators. I was like, why are they going through Far Fen? It's... Wow, yeah, I completely forgot Warp to start was a thing. Okay, great. So now we're back at landing site. Ridley... Sam is exit skipping right now. Could be sub-hour, but that's Sam for you. Wow, going for exit skip right now. Yeah. We'll have to see. That'll be really that'll be close. Alright, Sam's zipping through Artifact Temple here. Ridley, we've got Boost Ball, so we'll see how fast. It's going to be a short Ridley fight. Oh, but I forgot this Artifact Temple room won't load for probably another 10 minutes, so... Oh, never mind. That was actually pretty fast. That room is notoriously slow to load for anyone unfamiliar. I'm pretty sure most everyone in the chat right now is familiar with that, but... Always looking for new fans. Go for Randomizer. Metroid Prime Randomizer. Oh, nice snipe shot there as Ridley flew away. No flyby skip. Oh, I didn't actually know these were... I mean, I would assume these were standable, but I've never seen that used as a method to dodge. Yeah, we'll see what the locations for the missing items are. I want to see where X-ray visor is. That's what I'm most curious about. Nice. Very good boost ball. 50,000 damage per frame. Nice snipe. I'm not gonna jinx anything. Oh, darn it. Got the first frame invincibility. Not gonna say anything yet. Okay, I'll say it now. Wow, that was one of the fastest Ridleys I have seen in a long time. Not a single charge, and only one first frame invincibility instances. All right, now is Sam going for obviously doing the wall crawl here in Phase Encore, but is Sam gonna go for exo skip? Doesn't need to. Has all beams. I'm sorry, Storm, not Sam. Yeah, my bad. Thank you. Then you caught me right as I was saying it. Storm. Is Storm going for exo skip? No. Okay. It can be really, really tricky. Even if you're familiar with the movement, getting the subchambers to cooperate and load properly. It's certainly faster, but starting off on wave. Prime was like, no, we're not going to take any super missiles today. Yeah, sorry, apologies again, Storm. I used the wrong name. Alright. No beam combos, so other than super missile... might be a little bit... No. That's really interesting. On the first subchamber, if you do enough damage to make Metroid Prime recoil as it was about to use a beam, the sound effect has already started, and so the game's coded for the sound effect to play even if Prime isn't actually shooting the beam. You'll hear the charge and the sound of the mouth beam playing. Making quick work here. We have 6 energy tanks, so we don't need to be super worried about any sort of low health situations. Nice. We always love to see Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam is the best phase for a fast fight because charge just does so much damage and also sets Prime's head on fire, which is always helpful. Okay, 59.32, so we're probably going to be in the low hour and single-digit minutes from what we're seeing right now. Not too much to say here, to be honest. We have plenty of missiles, we have plenty of health. So we're just plodding along here. I think this is the last subchamber. Hey, Sam. Raiding with a party of 4. Heard you did some wall crawl, or some exo skip. And the wall crawl to avoid hunting for X-ray. GG's. We're really curious to see where X-ray is. Was it sub-hour? Let me know in chat if you were sub-hour. We were all guessing over here. Oh, it's Phendrana Shoreline's ice. We did okay. Storm didn't have Plasma Beam when we went to Phendrana Shorelines. I don't know if they even checked that. They might have just jumped straight for Ice Ruins. Or didn't feel like going back for it. Nice job, sub-hour. You didn't. Yeah, there wasn't really a really good route to get all the way back to shorelines once you were already that deep into mines. All right, depending on how agreeable Prime Essence is with the pools, we might see. Okay, yeah, just don't need the missiles for anything now. We might see sometime in 103. Oh no, we'll just let him play. Yeah, don't have X-ray, so fortunately we know where Prime is after the first pool. Doing some nice pool cancels here. And I believe we're into thermal visor. Come on, jellyfish, work with us here. There we go. Power bomb. Nice. Okay, one more pool. And we won't even need to pool skip. We can just unleash everything right away. Yeah, 103 turned out to be right. That. And that is time. 103.35 for Storm. Go ahead and mark that as completed. I think it worked. There we go. That is completed, and we'll see if Storm will be jumping in here. And I think they are. Is that you?
Hello?
Hey, GG's.
Thank you.
What a seed.
Yeah, that's it. Everything is in Chosen wins the seed, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It was, slow at the beginning, and then it really just took off, and all beams, all suit locations in like 30 minutes. It was wild. As we were guessing where things were, the game was just giving them to us in like the same room. So
Yeah,
are we correct in a... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, yeah. What was your question?
I'm assuming the wall crawl was to avoid hunting for X-ray. Did you know where X-ray was? Had you seen it earlier?
Yeah, I saw it in Shorelines, but I had no intention of going back to get it after Plasma,
okay.
so I just
Okay, fair enough. Very good out of bounds movement.
I just popped back in bounds by accident on the first ride. I was a bit confused there.
Yeah, we were all like, wait, where are they going? And then yeah, got back in bounds in PCA really easily. Good ether jumping, and worked out really well. 103. That was quite a seed.
Yeah, I was easily sub-hour if I hadn't been baited by going to Fen. Like, Magmor was empty, and early Fen just had that X-ray that I couldn't even pick up, so it was completely useless.
Magmor had phase-on suit for you.
Oh, you're right. I completely forgot about that. Okay, yeah. No, it's fair. I at least got phase-on
suit. Other than that, you're right though. Completely dead. Just nothing really helpful off the bat there. So
yeah, I completely forgot about phase-on suit.
So Bruh had a death in Central Dynamo in the maze.
Ouch.
Got really bullied by the Wave and Power Pirates in Omega Research, and then had 8 health entering the maze. But we were just like, no, it's right there.
I mean, I didn't need it. I was wondering though for logic because I'm so happy I got that slope jump for the space jump. Because I had a
Yeah,
tournament race
it's
where I
great
actually
relief.
missed that one and ended up leaving. On this one, if I hadn't done that slope jump, like space jump was so late. You were
It
supposed to
really
go to
was. I haven't
Flagra,
seen
get
it there in a long
Spider.
time.
Then you were supposed to do Zoid, so you can go boost in the furnace, so you can go back to Palazza to get the ice beam, then come back again. So you can get plasma beam in Gathering Hole. I think it was not Gathering Hole. A crossway, yeah, plasma beam,
Crossway
and
was
from
plasma beam, yeah.
there get your, I think it was Spider Ball, no, wave beam in a held a chamber,
Yes.
and like finally, and with all that, then you could go get your grav apparently in Life Grove, and then finally
And then go and right.
get logically that space jump. That was something.
So that slope jump, not too bad. You had 3 energy tanks by that point, so that was pretty safe to get for. But it can be a tricky slope jump.
It is. I do not like it. I should practice it more. I do not like that slope jump, but thankfully I got it within a few tries. So that just
So it
worked
looked like
out.
we had some beam combos in plasma processing, and Fen Shorelines. The other check, was it the lighthouse? I guess was the
Oh
only
yeah, the
one
lighthouse. Yeah, I did see
that
a combo
had
there.
flamethrower. So
I didn't see which
not
one
a
it was.
valid seed, unfortunately. Just
Yep.
joking.
Unfortunate. Well, I was honestly considering trying to get floaty jump out of Flagra to get
Oh,
it.
huh.
But as I entered Flagra, I basically realized, like, logically, this can only be Spider. It couldn't be anything else, like Spider or Wave.
Right.
So at that point, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have to do it anyway. But I would have probably done floaty jump if that hadn't been Spider there.
Yeah, there was really no like crazy backtracking or anything. You guys routed the seed really well.
Yeah, once you got the Wave Beam, it was basically like, as long as you knew the ball call for PCA, so you didn't have to go back to pick up that X-ray, it was actually pretty straightforward, like in a straight line. But
I
that's
honestly
nice.
wasn't familiar with it, the wall crawl there, and we had known because Bro had already gone to Central Dynamo that X-ray wasn't there, and if it's not there, not easy movement to make it an easy seed, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah, there were
really
a
good
few tricks that were
movement,
really
good
important
job.
for a good time here.
The
I'm kind of
GGs at
expecting
103.
Sam probably routed similarly, but just clean execution.
I
Much
think
cleaner.
so.
I mean, it's Sam,
Maybe
so.
something like that. Sam raided just after you were in the Exo fight. He had done Exo skip.
Yeah, Exo skip, only had super, so probably save like. Bro could probably have done the same thing of finding all the artifacts. I guess if he had not died and the race had continued, I guess my ace would have been that Phazon suit, because it's not in an obvious location. Magmore is not often what you think of. I'm thinking Bro probably didn't do the wall crawl because he was searching for Phazon suit in there, which is often in the mines.
Yeah, he was searching there, and he had never been to Magmore or Fendrana. Went straight from Talon, Great Tree to Bar Skip to.
And it makes full sense. With the fact he
Given how
didn't
loaded
fire.
Chozo was, there really, probably didn't expect to see a whole lot in Magmore, especially not in Warrior Shrine.
Yep. I mean, and it was empty, and Frontfen was also pretty much empty. Just as Phaeton Suit happening to be there, though, was that actually means that play was actually huge for me, even though I felt like it was useless.
And a really good Ridley fight, I have to say. That's one of the fastest Ridleys I've seen in a while. One first frame invincibility skip, but other than that, that was really clean.
That was pretty clean. I just invisibility shot a bit too late, the second lunge, but that was
not
okay.
a single charge, yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about this seed?
No.
There's a bit to say about it, but really
I
good
think we
movement,
mentioned
really good
most of
work.
it. Oh,
And,
just one silly thing I did. In Rune Shrine, I did pick the item up there, and I thought it was an item. Like, it looked like a major, like spider or something. So I did that pretty difficult trait to get up there at NSJ. I was happy about second try now, so it was just a nothing. That's embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. The nothing is sometimes good. I saw that movement. That was really good. NSJ climb up to there. I hadn't seen that done in a while either. But sometimes you guys were moving too fast for me to see some of the items. I'm like, what was that in Rune Gallery Tunnel? What was that in Shrine? I just couldn't keep up with you guys, to be honest. And then Root Cave TTB had main powers, and it's such a bright and large sprite that it just showed up through the bridge.
Yeah.
You just walk in and there's just purple, vapor floating up through the bridge. You're like, well, there's our main powers.
It's usually pretty easy to tell when you find problem. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, really good work. If there's nothing else, I think we'll go ahead and call it here. But GG's.
GG's
Thanks everyone
to,
for joining in.
Red Sam.
Appreciate the help with the tracking. First time commentating alone, so I had some technical difficulties in the beginning, but I think we got it all worked out, and some fun Twitch chat bets going on. So if that's nothing else from you, Storm, really good work, and we'll see you guys on the next mission.
Yep, see you next mission.
Later.